Imagine waking up tomorrow, every wall on Earth is gone. No walls in your house, no schools, no prisons, no borders, no Great Wall of China, nothing. At first it sounds like freedom, but by sunset, America and the world would be almost unrecognizable. The first thing you'd notice isn't what disappeared, it's what you suddenly lost. Privacy. You wake up in your suburban home and your bedroom opens directly into your neighbor's yard or their living room. Bathrooms? Gone. Offices in downtown high-rise? Every confidential meeting, every boardroom suddenly visible to the street below. Banks? Vaults on Wall Street sit completely exposed. Within minutes, panic spreads. Families rush to protect themselves using furniture, cars, bed sheets, anything that can create a barrier. Ironically, humans would start building walls immediately. Cities begin to collapse. Buildings don't just use walls to divide rooms. Many hold the entire structure together. Remove the walls from apartment complexes, hospitals, shopping malls, and office towers. Many buildings, from Chicago high-rises to small-town Main Street shops, would become dangerously unstable. Some would partially collapse. Others would fall completely. Millions of Americans would suddenly be homeless. And hospitals become some of the most dangerous places on Earth. Operating rooms are exposed. Sterile environments vanish in seconds. A routine surgery becomes a life-threatening risk. Infection, contamination, chaos, all in the middle of the procedure. FEMA and local emergency services would be overwhelmed within hours. Nature takes over. Walls don't only keep people apart, they keep nature out. Without walls, mosquitoes, rats, snakes, and insects enter homes freely, from Florida to the Pacific Northwest. Strong winds sweep through buildings. Rain floods living rooms. Dust and pollen cover everything. Air conditioning becomes useless in the southern heat because cool air escapes instantly. Heating fails in a Minnesota winter. In California and the West, forest fires no longer stop at a property line. They spread directly into neighborhoods, home to home, with nothing to slow them down. In mountain towns and suburbs alike, bears and other wildlife wander freely into backyards, kitchens, and schoolyards. And when tornadoes touch down across the Midwest and the South, there's no interior room left to shelter in, no walls between you and the storm. In many places, simply surviving the weather and the wildlife becomes a daily struggle. Borders no longer exist. Now imagine something much bigger. Every border wall disappears, including along America's edges. Picture a family living in a small border town. They wake up and their kitchen table now sits in a different country than it did the night before. No checkpoint, no line, no flag marking where the United States ends and its neighbor begins. Whose laws apply at that table? Whose currency? Whose ambulance comes if someone collapses? Zoom out and the same confusion repeats everywhere at every scale. Military bases, from Fort Bragg to Naval Station Norfolk, lose their secure perimeters. Soldiers standing guard over open air. Federal prisons have no cells, just inmates, standing in open rooms, unsure if they're still inside. Zoos in cities like San Diego and the Bronx release thousands of animals into streets that were never built for them. Farms across the Midwest lose their fences. Cattle wander onto interstate highways, into schoolyards, through small-town intersections. Every system that quietly relied on a line, a legal line, a fence, a wall, stops knowing where it ends. Civilization doesn't collapse because people stop cooperating. It collapses because nothing tells it where one thing stops and another begins. A strange new reality. But not everything gets worse. Some walls separated people because of fear or discrimination. Without those barriers, a gated community and the neighborhood next door, divided for decades by a single wall, now share one long open street. Kids from both sides play in the same space for the first time in their lives. Communities mix more freely. City parks, from Central Park to Golden Gate Park, feel boundless. Architects and urban planners would invent creative new ways to create privacy without permanent walls. Maybe curtains, maybe smart glass, maybe living walls made of trees, the way some American cities are already experimenting with green architecture. Here's the surprising truth. Walls aren't just made of concrete, brick, or vinyl siding. Some protect us, some imprison us, some keep danger out, and some keep opportunity out. So maybe the real question isn't, what if America and the world had no walls? It's, which walls are actually worth keeping? Tomorrow morning when you wake up, you'll probably never notice the walls around you. That's exactly the point. The greatest inventions are often the ones we stop seeing.